Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is one that has been quite highly requested on my Instagram, and that is a makeup tutorial. I am by no means a makeup artist. I had very minimal training. I used to work on a makeup counter a couple of years ago. I'm just going to show you my everyday makeup look and what works for me. I just kind of do things the way I like to do them. I don't really change it up much. Okay, so apologies for how I look. I've just had to shove half my hair back. Obviously got no makeup on. So let's get started. First off, I usually use primer, but I've actually run out at the moment. And I thought, what's the point in buying any because it's lockdown? So I've moisturised my face. That will have to do. And for foundation, I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in shade 5.5. Okay, so I've just pumped a little bit on my hand. I think it's going to be a bit too light for me at the moment because I've just baked tanned, but we shall see. So what I do, I literally just, you only need a tiny bit, and I controversially don't dab. I do sometimes, but I quite like to wipe, don't know why. So yeah, and you hardly need any for it to like literally cover your entire face. It's so good. Look how much is left on my hand and I've nearly done my entire face. Crazy behaviour. Actually, RIP, these front bits of hair, they're going to look orange in a minute. Okay, that is my foundation done. So yeah, it's a really nice coverage. It's not too cakey, which I really like. It kind of gives you a nice glow as well and gives you enough coverage to cover any blemishes and stuff. Next, I do a little bit of concealer under my eyes. I get quite bad eye bags and they're quite kind of concaved a bit. I don't know, as I've gotten older it's gotten worse, but nothing you can't fix with a little bit of concealer. I say that and then you're probably going to be like, you can still see the belly. I just do a little bit there and a little bit there. I don't tend to use, I know some people use like a really light concealer under their eyes, but I just don't. I just think it used to make me look like a panda. I used to do it and it just didn't look that nice on me. On some people it looks incredible, but I just don't have the skill set to like contour and stuff like that, so I just don't do it because it just looks like I've got lines on my face. And okay, so that's concealer ding dang diggly done. Okay, and next we move on to powder. I use, this one is a bit expensive, but it is the best powder I've ever used. I didn't tell you what I used for concealer. It was the Maybelline concealer, the anti-aging one. And for powder, I used the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's the translucent one. And I got this about 2 years ago, not this actual one, but I bought it 2 years ago, and I've never gone back. It's just so nice, and it just gives you a nice sheen finish. Doesn't look too cakey, and it doesn't crease that much under your eyes because I suffer quite badly with creasing under my eyes. And it doesn't get rid of creasing completely, but it does help. So give this one a go. I just tap a little bit into the lid, not much, just a little bit. I powder my whole face. I know some people don't, and I just don't understand how their makeup doesn't come off when they don't powder their whole face. A little brush of powder to set my face. The next thing I use is bronzer, and I use the NARS bronzer in the shade Laguna, I don't know, but it's really lovely. It's not too orangey like some bronzers can be. I was like religious user of Hoola by Benefit because it's got like khaki undertones rather than orange undertones, so it kind of doesn't make you look too orange. But this one is also so nice. I got it for Christmas, and yeah, I've just been using it since. It just looks like that on the inside, just a little bronzer. It's got a little mirror. Perhaps we'll use this mirror actually. And I do it in the shape of a 3 is what I learnt. That was one of the skills I learnt. Do it in the shape of a 3 because that's where the shadows hit your face apparently. So that's what I do. I love a bit of bronzer. Sometimes I probably do go a bit overboard with bronzer, but I don't really mind because I think just everyone looks nicer with a bit of a sun kiss, you know. And what I do, I put a little bit just over my nose like that, just to you know, bronzing it up a bit. I just personally, on me, don't like the look of contour, like harsh contour. I feel like I've got quite sharp features anyway. I've got quite a pointy face, got quite a pointy nose, and I think if you contour sharp features, it just doesn't look great, on me anyway. Okay, then I go on to blusher, and I also use another NARS product for blusher, and that is, oh, this is so dirty. It's in Bumpy Ride by NARS. It's like it's broken, and it's this sort of pinky colour, and I don't use a lot, I just use a little bit just to brighten my face up a little bit. So that is my blusher. And then, controversially to a lot of other people, I set my face with setting spray now, because I found when I used setting spray and I'd already done my eye makeup, I'd get it in my eyes and then my mascara would smudge. So I was just like, let's do it beforehand, and it's kind of working out for me, so that's what I do. So for setting spray, I use the MAC Fix Plus Magic Radiance. This is so good. It literally, I really like a dewy look, and it just makes your face look so glowy. I love it, and yeah, you only need a few spritzes, so I'm sorry about my face right now. I hate doing that. But it smells nice. It smells like fruity. I quite like it. Okay, it's pretty much dry. My chin's still a little bit wet, but it's fine. So next I move on to my eyebrows. I don't actually do anything to my eyebrows, I just brush them because I have quite naturally dark hair, so my eyebrows are quite dark in comparison to the blonde. So I find when I actually fill them in, they look a bit too much. I went through that stage as a teenager and in my early 20s, and it just wasn't a good look. I just looked like I had black slugs on my face. So we've grown from that, we've learned from that, we've come out the other side. I just use the end of this eyebrow pencil from Benefit. I'll fill them in if I'm going on a night out actually. That is when I will fill them in. And I find by brushing them out, because sometimes I get a bit of foundation in them, and brushing them out just kind of gets that out. Done. How simple was that? Next I do highlight. Now I do like highlight, but I only like very soft highlight. I don't like the white highlight look personally on myself. So I use the MAC Soft and Gentle here. I've had this. It's probably out of date. I think I got it when I was about 20. So, you know, it's done well. It's done about 4 years. So yeah, I use MAC Soft and Gentle. It's very, very pretty. It's like a champagne sort of colour. And what I do, I use my hands. I'm sorry everyone. I use my hands. I just find it gives it a nicer, I can just rub it in nicer. So I just swirl my finger in it a little bit. I pop a little bit on my cheek, and a little bit on the other side. Everyone's gonna be watching this and be like, oh my god, what are you doing? Teeth. And I do a little bit on the end of my nose, and I do a little bit here as well, because I just find it gives me a little bit more of a, I don't know, a pop. And then I put a tiny bit under my eyebrow. And right, I know this probably isn't the best thing to do because I've just put it under my eyebrows, but I quite like to use it on my eyelid as well as like a little eyeshadow. I either use highlight or bronzer on my eyelids because I just think it's easier. I spent a lot of money on eyeshadow palettes when I was younger, and I just think, you know, if you can double up, double up. So I do. So I use this highlight or my bronzer just in the crease for the bronzer. For the highlight I put it on my whole lid. And I just think it kind of ties it together quite nicely. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's given me a nice little pop on my eyes, I think. And now I don't use this every single day, but on a day where like I don't know, if I was doing something like seeing a friend or going out for dinner, I will pop a little bit of brown pencil eyeliner just on the top, what's it called? Above my lash line on the top, and I kind of smudge it in a bit, and I think, for me anyway, it makes my eyelashes look thicker when I do mascara, but I smudge it so it doesn't look like, you know, a solid line. But yeah, it works for me because I don't suit like winged eyeliner just because I've got quite circular round eyes, and so if I do winged liner it kind of has to come down then go out, and it droops my eyes down a bit, so it doesn't work for me. Let's give it a go. I use the MAC eyeliner in the shade Coffee, and it's a really, really good colour. It's quite a dark brown, but then when you smudge it out it's quite nice. Quite a defined line, but then once you smudge, it's lovely. Okay, so that's that done. I like the way it kind of just draws a bit more attention to my eyes before mascara. So for mascara, I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I love it. It's just it makes your eyelashes so like dramatic, but it doesn't clump them too much. I don't mind if it clumps them a tiny bit because it makes them look a little bit thicker. And a good drugstore mascara that I really like is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I think that's sensational. I think it's amazing. It's such a good mascara. What I do, I shut my eye to do my mascara and like drag it upwards, and I went to dance school and we had to have like makeup lessons, and our teacher told us this. I was literally about 13 and I've done it ever since, and it just curls your lashes upwards nicer apparently. And I think it works, you know, because my lashes do go quite nicely upwards, and maybe it's because of that. I mean, just look at the difference between my eyes. I just think it's an incredible mascara. Like, that's like 2 coats of mascara on it. Just gonna do the other eye, BRB. Okay, so that is my mascara done. I don't know if you can tell with the brown eyeliner, the kind of thickness it adds to my lashes. For me it does anyway. I like doing it. I can really notice a difference when I don't. And now the finishing touch is lipstick, of course. I'm not a lip gloss fan, I'm a lipstick fan, a matte lipstick fan. Lip gloss just annoys me, to be honest. If I'm going outside, my hair sticks to my lips and I'm just like, ugh, not a fan. So I use the MAC Velvet Teddy and the MAC lip liner in Spice, and it's a dream combo, and let me show you why. So yeah, that's my lips lined. And then I just go in with the lipstick and just fill in the middle. They just complement each other so well. They're literally nearly the same colour, and I think that just works really nicely. So guys, this is the finished makeup look. I hope you like it. I like to think it's kind of a natural, soft finish. Even though I tend to use quite a lot of product, I think it kind of gives quite a natural finish. Let me know what you think, or if I did it in a different order to you, or if you liked any of the products that I used. Of course, I will list them all in the description box down below, so you guys can check them out if you want to. So yes, that brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And until next time guys, I will see you very, very soon. Bye!